Hello and good evening, friends, and welcome to another edition of TXN Sports World. I am your host, Anthony Florio, joined, as always, by Michael Bullock. Unfortunately, good old MF Michael Fletcher will not be with us this evening due to work commitments beyond his control. But Bullock and I will take you through tonight's show. And without any further ado, let's get into our docket for this evening.
Well, Florio, actually, a quick update regarding the finals.
Yes.
The Celtics actually have a 2-point lead at the half, 56-54. Yeah, and I'll tell you what, give the Celtics team credit. I mean, after Stephen Curry, the way he went off in that first quarter, they hung right in there and have a 2-point lead at the half. I mean, that just shows you what this team is has done all season long and even into the playoffs. So they just got to keep this up in the second half. So, all right, Florio, just wanted to give that update. Now you can get to the docket.
All right. So games on ABC, and we'll get into the full schedule of the finals when we get to our preview in a little bit. But we have two new coaches in two different sports for two different legendary franchises. And we're going to start it off with the first legendary franchise in the NBA, and that is the Los Angeles Lakers. They have a new head coach. His name is Darvin Ham. Milwaukee Bucks assistant Darvin Ham agreed to a 4-year deal to become the next coach of the Los Angeles Lakers, sources told ESPN last Friday. Ham separated himself in the process in recent days, interviewing with Lakers officials last Thursday and inspiring an offer last Friday afternoon. The Lakers were sold on Ham's stature and toughness, his history of coaching star players, and championship pedigree as an assistant and player. Ham's history with the Lakers franchise for 2 seasons, 2011 to 2013, played a part in his hiring as well. Ham will be charged with returning the Lakers to the postseason after a disastrous 33-49 season that cost Frank Vogel his job. One of Ham's most important directives, finding a way to incorporate future Hall of Fame guard Russell Westbrook into the franchise's framework with LeBron James and Anthony Davis. It was a significant subject of every Lakers coaching interview in the process, sources said. Ham has been a part of one of the league's most successful coaching trees. Well, I just got to watch out for this pop-up video. All right. Ham has been a part of one of the league's most successful coaching trees under Bucks coach Mike Budenholzer, including Memphis's Taylor Jenkins, Utah's Quinn Snyder, and Golden State Warriors assistant Kenny Atkinson. Ham spent 9 seasons with Budenholzer in Atlanta and Milwaukee, including winning last year's NBA championship together. Ham played 8 seasons in the NBA, winning a championship with the Detroit Pistons in 2004, ironically beating the Lakers. The Lakers conducted interviews with 2 of the 3 finalists last week, Ham and along with Terry Stotts, sources said. After the Ham interview, the franchise leaders knew they had their coach. So that's the story. Congratulations, Darvin Ham. A very interesting hire, to say the very least. And I'll tell you what, his 2 most legendary charges, LeBron James, he said, "So damn excited. Congrats and welcome, Coach D. Ham." That's what he said last Friday night. And then Giannis Antetokounmpo told ESPN, "I'm so happy for him. He's the right fit for them. He keeps it real with you. No BS at all. It's about damn time. He deserves it more than anyone." So can he be the one to get the Lakers out of their funk? I mean, you remember 2020, they won the NBA championship in the bubble with a 6-game series win over the Miami Heat. And we all remember these last couple of years, the Lakers really struggled. And last year, this past year, was a rock bottom year, 33-49, a lot of drama. And can he be the one to get them out of that funk? only time will tell, as I always say. So congratulations to Darwin Ham, and we'll see what the future holds. So not much more to say here. So Michael Bullock, the Lakers have their man, Darwin Ham. Can he bring them back to the prominence that this legendary franchise once had, even though they only won the title a couple years ago in the bubble?
I was going to say, I mean, it wasn't that long ago that the Lakers won the title, even though it was in the bubble. So last season and this season was, especially this season was, let's just say it was a hard times year for the Lakers. And I mean, yes, they got the coach they wanted, but the thing is, Florio, and this is just how I feel, the roster needs a change, because after what we saw with this team and with all the drama, they need to make some changes when it comes to the roster if they want to get back to where they were 2 years ago. Even though, like I said, it was in the bubble, but they still got it done. But yeah, I mean, I think this is a good hire. Whether he's going to take them to where they are, we'll just have to wait and see. But I mean, yes, I mean, getting the coach they wanted is a good start. But like I said, Florio, they need a major overhaul with the roster. They need to fix this roster to better than what we saw this past season. So just my take. So there's nothing more to say. Florio, it is yours.
And we move on to the other legendary franchise that has a new head coach, this time from the NHL, the Montreal Canadiens. They have their man. They have their new man. Martin St. Louis has been named the 32nd head coach for the Montreal Canadiens after being hired on an interim basis last season without any previous NHL coaching experience. St. Louis has signed a 3-year extension through the 2024-25 season. The Canadiens shocked the hockey world earlier this year by naming St. Louis as the replacement for head coach Dominique Ducharme, who was fired on February 9th after Montreal went from playing in the Stanley Cup final last year to last place in the NHL this season, at the time with an 8-30-7 record. St. Louis had never been behind an NHL or AHL bench. His only previous NHL coaching experience was as a special teams consultant with the Columbus Blue Jackets in 2018-19. So with that being said, Michael Bullock, Martin St. Louis, we all know how great of a player he was with the Tampa Bay Lightning and my New York Rangers, of course. Was a part of the first Stanley Cup championship team of the Tampa Bay Lightning in 2004. 10 years later, he helped take the Rangers to the final before they lost to the LA Kings, and now he is now the head coach of one of the most when it comes to Stanley Cups, the most successful franchise of all time. A team that's won 24 Stanley Cups, although they haven't won one in 30 years. But can Martin St. Louis bring the Montreal Canadiens back to their prominence that they once had, Bullet?
Yeah, and especially to the team that went to the Stanley Cup final last season. I mean, how ironic, Florio, for them to go from a Stanley Cup final appearance last season to rock. I mean, basically to the bottom. I mean, that's just something. And that's why they had to make the change. And like you said, Martin St. Louis, he's a good player. I mean, he was definitely a good player. But the thing is, he's had no previous coaching experience. So it's going to be interesting to see what kind of a coach he'll be. I mean, hopefully he'll be an aggressive one and he'll get his team to play hard and hopefully back to being that team that went to the Stanley Cup final last season. So it's an interesting hire, but you know what? We got to give it a chance here. So, and the expectations are there when you're playing in Montreal. I mean, we know that for sure. So, yeah, I mean, like I said, this is an interesting hire, but we'll wait and see how it is. So Florio, it's yours. I mean, I'm interested to see how he does because, like you said, this guy has had no previous coaching experience whatsoever.
Yeah, but Montreal GM Kent Hughes had known St. Louis since the Hockey Hall of Famer was a college player at the University of Vermont. And Canadiens Vice President of Hockey Operations Jeff Gordon once tried to hire St. Louis to coach the New York Rangers minor league affiliate, the Hartford Wolfpack. But under St. Louis, the Canadiens posted a 14-19-4 record. He managed to turn around seasons for several players, most notably highly touted rookie Cole Caulfield, who had 35 points in 36 games after St. Louis was hired. A native of Laval, Quebec, St. Louis had 1,033 points in 1,134 games as a player for the Calgary Flames, Tampa Bay Lightning, and New York Rangers, winning the Hart Trophy as league MVP in 2004 and inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame in 2018. So, when he first started, I mean, he made that team immediately better, and they played very well. But then they struggled down the stretch, but apparently he did enough to earn the permanent to have the interim tag removed, and we're just gonna have to wait and see what happens. So congratulations to Marty St. Louis, and we wish him the very best. And not really much more to say here. So now let's move on. We're going to stay in the NHL now to our preview of the conference finals in the NHL. And we're going to start it off with the Western Conference Finals with the Edmonton Oilers squaring off against the Colorado Avalanche. And, of course, Game 1 was this past Tuesday night. And it was straight out of a video game, as the Colorado Avalanche defeated the Edmonton Oilers by a score of 8-6 to win Game 1. They're currently playing Game 2 at this hour in Denver on TNT with about 15 minutes to go in the third period. It's all Colorado here. They're up 3-0. And unless something crazy happens, it looks like they're going to take a 2-0 lead as the series shifts to Edmonton for game number 3 on Saturday night. So here we go. McKinnon, McDavid, Makar, Draisaitl. The Stars will be out in full force in the Western Conference Finals as the Edmonton Oilers and Colorado Avalanche square off with a trip to the Stanley Cup Finals on the line. Edmonton punched its ticket by taking care of business in the second round against the Calgary Flames, winning the series 4-1. Connor McDavid scored in overtime of Game 5 to seal the deal. The Oilers improved to 5-1 in the postseason version of the Battle of Alberta. McDavid and Leon Draisaitl enter the conference finals with 26 points each, way ahead of the rest of the pack. Goaltender Mike Smith continued his sound play in net in round 2. He's now 8-3 in these playoffs with a .270 goals against and a .927 save percentage. Colorado won its first second-round series since 2001 as it defeated the St. Louis Blues 4-2. St. Louis extended the series in Game 5 with Tyler Bozak's goal in overtime, but it was Darren Helm's goal with 5.6 seconds left in Game 6 to lift the Avs to a series win. The key storyline, which team gets more secondary scoring? The stars of this series are the main story. There's no denying that. But perhaps the most important storyline heading into this series is the secondary scoring. That will be one of the biggest deciding factors in this matchup. Why have the Oilers finally clicked this year? It's not just the heroics of McDavid and Draisaitl. It's not just Smith turning back the clock in the crease. Kane leading the playoffs with 12 goals. It's the fact that Zach Hyman has 12 points in 12 games. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins has 11 points in 12. And blue liners Evan Bouchard and Cody Ceci have 8 and 7 points respectively. The same goes for the Avs. Nathan McKinnon, Cale Makar, Mikko Rantanen, and Gabriel Landeskog are doing what they do best and producing at a high level. But then Nazem Kadri has 10 points in 10 games. Devin Tays has 8 points in 10 games. Valery Nishushkin has 7, and Arturi Lekonen has 4 goals. It had to be a complete team effort to get this far. Now that the teams are in the conference finals, it'll be about whose secondary scorers can continue to produce. This is going to be a fast series. Like if a bunch of Usain Bolts took to the ice and just zoomed back and forth up and down the sheet. It's hard to bet against McDavid and the Oilers right now. Everything is humming like a well-oiled machine in Edmonton. But if any team in the league can match the Oilers' coast-to-coast offense, it's the Avs. They have players who can go stride for stride and counterattack the other way in a similar style. Colorado was predicted at the beginning of the season to be Cup favorites. It backed that up in the regular season and has looked the part in these playoffs. The Avalanche get back to the big stage in a fun, exciting series. I got the Colorado Avalanche winning this series. I got them winning it in 6 games, and I've got them going to the Stanley Cup Finals for the first time since the most emotional Stanley Cup win of all time, when they won the Stanley Cup in 2001, when they did it for some guy named Raymond Bourque, who I heard was pretty damn good. So, and maybe the most deserving Cup champion of all time. So not much more to say here. I got the Avs in 6. So Michael Bullock, can the Avs get back to the final for the first time since that Ray Bourque emotional win in 2001? Or will the Edmonton Oilers do the unthinkable and punch their first ticket to the final since their Cinderella run in 2006 when they were an 8 seed?
Yeah, that's I mean, after what the first game was pretty much something like you said, out of a video game. I mean, for goodness sakes. But yeah, I mean, the Avs showed why they are the top team in the Western Conference. But this Edmonton team, especially with Connor McDavid, is definitely going to give the Edmonton a chance. But yeah, I mean, I think the Avs could definitely match up really well with this Edmonton Oilers team. So I'm with you, Florio. I'm going to go with the Colorado Avalanche to win this series as well. But I think this is going to go 7 games because I really think that Edmonton's going to stay in this series and really give them a hard time. But in the end, I just think the Colorado Avalanche are the better team in this series. So I got the Colorado Avalanche winning in 7 and punching their ticket to the Stanley Cup Final for the first time since 2001 when they won it all. So there's nothing more to add. So let's talk about the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yes, sir. Eastern Conference Finals matchup, a rematch of the 2015 Eastern Conference Finals. The Tampa Bay Lightning squaring off against the New York Rangers. The series started last night in Madison Square Garden, and it was all Rangers in that one. The Rangers won that game by a score of 6-2. Rangers up 1-0 in that series. Game 2 will be tomorrow night in Madison Square Garden on ESPN. All games will be on ESPN, whereas all Western Conference final games will be on TNT. So ESPN has this series, and then ultimately ABC and ESPN, I believe, will have the Stanley Cup Finals in a couple weeks. So there isn't much more to say here. Michael Bullock, Rangers up 1-0. Now the big question is, will the Lightning go back to the finals for an unprecedented 3rd consecutive year, or will the New York Rangers punch their first ticket to the Stanley Cup Finals since their magical run of 2014?
Yeah, and all I can say is, I mean, that first game, I mean, that was something. I mean, that was a statement win for your Rangers, Florio, in game 1, and you guys came out and you basically, I mean, you proved to everyone why. I mean, you're saying, hey, we can hang with this team.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they certainly proved it the way they definitely showed it. But I think the thing they need to do in game 2 and just be and basically this entire series is to be physical with this team and to be aggressive when they do have the puck. And yeah, I mean that's how I see it going down. If they have any shot of upending the back-to-back Stanley Cup champion Tampa Bay Lightning, but let's not underestimate this this Tampa Bay Lightning team. I mean, they are the back-to-back champs for no reason. I mean, man, oh man, I mean, it's tough for me, but I'm sorry to say this to you, Florio, but as much as I really want to see the Rangers pull this out, I cannot and absolutely must not go against the Lightning. I mean, until I see them eventually break down, I just cannot go against the Lightning. As much as it pains for me to have to say this to you, Florio, but I'm just being honest with you. So, yeah, so I got the Tampa Bay Lightning not only coming back and winning the next game, but I got them winning the series, and I think it's going to be 6 games. So there's really nothing more to say. Florio, it's yours.
I know that was hard for you, Bullock. The champs from the Bay against the kids from Broadway. That's what we have in the Eastern Conference Finals. The Tampa Bay Lightning and the New York Rangers square off in the conference finals after winning their respective second-round series. Tampa Bay making its 3rd consecutive conference finals appearance and 6th in the last 8 years, while the Rangers are in the 3rd round for the first time since 2015, ironically, against this very same Lightning team. The opponent in that series, like I said, the Lightning, who defeated the Rangers in 7 games to reach the franchise's 2nd Stanley Cup final. The Lightning have had arguably the most impressive showing in any series thus far when they swept the President's Trophy-winning Florida Panthers. Florida's high-flying offense managed just 3 goals in 4 games, and the power play failed to capitalize on a single opportunity. Tampa Bay could not be more confident heading into the conference finals. At the helm of the offense is Nikita Kucherov, who continues to step up his game in the postseason. He has 15 points in 11 games entering the conference finals. On the other side is a New York Ranger team that continues to show its resiliency. After falling down 3-2 in the second round against the Carolina Hurricanes, New York won games 6 and 7 in the process, handing the Hurricanes their first home loss of this postseason with a 6-2 win in Game 7 this past Monday night. Leading the way is goalie Igor Shesterkin, who looked a lot more like his regular season self than he did in the first round against the Pittsburgh Penguins. He allowed just 12 goals on 244 shots against in the series versus the Hurricanes. On offense, Mika Zibanejad continues to be fantastic as the team's top-line center. He has recorded 19 points in 14 games so far in these playoffs. The Rangers swept the season series against the Lightning 3-0, winning all 3 games, but the playoffs are a different animal. The key storyline, can Igor Shesterkin match Andrei Vasilevsky in the crease? The best goalie in the regular season against the best goalie in these playoffs. This series will most certainly come down to the 2 men in the crease. After a shaky first series, Vasilevsky was stellar in the second round against the Panthers, limiting Florida to just 3 goals against in 4 games. Last year's Conn Smythe Trophy winner is 8-3 these playoffs with a 2.22 goals against and a .932 save percentage. His 11.0 goals saved above expected is second behind only Shesterkin, and he is coming off a series-clinching shutout of the Panthers. Shesterkin followed a similar pattern. He did not play great against the Penguins in the first round, but bounced back with a solid showing against the Hurricanes. He enters the conference finals with an 8-5 record, a .268 goals against, and a .928 save percentage. Shesterkin's 11.4 goals saved above expected is the best in these playoffs. This season, Shesterkin was strong when playing Tampa Bay. In 3 wins for New York, the goalie had a 1.30 goals against, a .958 save percentage, and a 38 save shutout. The Lightning can win in multiple ways, but for the most part, the Rangers rely on Shesterkin to pull out victories. he needs to bring his A game in every contest in this series for New York to advance. The Rangers were outplayed for the most part against both the Penguins and the Hurricanes, but thanks to Shesterkin and their special teams, they were able to survive and win back-to-back Game 7s. That strategy is not going to fly against Tampa Bay. This is an experienced group that obviously knows how to win, and if New York allows Tampa to control the game, there's no way it will be as lucky as it was in the first 2 rounds. So, initially, I had Tampa winning the series in 5, but after what I saw last night, I'm actually thinking about I'm actually rethinking this. I'm thinking the New York Rangers actually do have a chance to win this series. The battle cry, as you all know, is no quit in New York. That's the motto. That's the mantra. They did it against Pittsburgh when they fell behind 3-1, came back to win the series. They fell behind 2-0 and 3-2 to Carolina, and they bounced back and won that series. And after the way they handled the Lightning last night in Game 1, I have no reason to believe that the New York Rangers cannot pull this off. So I think the New York Rangers can win the series. And look at this. Our dear friend Matt Ward just commented, "Let's go Rangers, let's go Breadman, aka Panarin." That's our teammate Panarin, as we all know, who they call him the Breadman because his name sounds like Panera Bread and all that. But yeah, I'm actually gonna take a chance here, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Whatever. I know I'm gonna end up sounding like a damn homer in this, but I'm going with the New York Rangers to win this series, and I think they're gonna do it in 7 games. So I know I should go with the Lightning to win this series, but after what I saw last night, I mean, I'm a believer. So, like I said, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. So there isn't much more to say on that. Let us now move on to our preview of the NBA Finals. Boston Celtics, the Eastern Conference champion, Boston Celtics, in the finals for the first time since 2010. And they are going to be squaring off against a team that's making their 6th NBA Finals appearance in the last 8 years, but their first since 2019. That being the Golden State Warriors, the Western Conference champion Golden State Warriors. And Game 1 currently going on at this hour from the Chase Center in San Francisco. And from there, Game 1 is tonight. So here's the breakdown of the games. Game 1 will be, as you know, Game 1 is going on right now. It's in the 3rd quarter. Golden State with a 71-64 lead. And Game 2 will be on Sunday night. All games, by the way, will be on ABC. Just to let you all know. Game 2 Sunday night, once again in San Francisco. The series will then shift to TD Garden in Boston for game number 3 on Wednesday night. Game 4 will also be at TD Garden in Boston. That'll be on Friday night. Game 5 will, if it's necessary, will be on Monday, June 13th, back in San Francisco. If a game 6 is needed, it'll be back in Boston on Thursday, June 16th. And if a winner-take-all game 7 is needed, it'll be on Father's Day night, Sunday, June 19th. All games will start at 9 o'clock with the exception of games 2 and, if necessary, 7. Those are Sunday night games. Those will be starting after 8 o'clock. So with that, let's dive on in. The Golden State Warriors did not need directions to reach the 2022 NBA Finals because they're making their 6th appearance in 8 years. Hard to forget that route down the beaten path when your GPS stays current even after 2 dry seasons. And oh yeah, Having Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green around for another trip doesn't hurt. The twist this time is the Warriors are bringing a whole new supporting cast, made possible by the unexpected surprises of Jordan Poole and Andrew Wiggins. The former made 11 appearances in the NBA G League last year. The latter was trapped in reputation jail. Not only did they elevate beyond their projected ceilings this season, they showed the toughness necessary to prosper in the playoffs despite their inexperience under the bright lights. And so the Warriors are back and thirsty for more champagne and thoroughly qualified to raise the trophy for a fourth time since 2015. Their veteran trio is championship tested, and the infusion of youth and quickness makes for a winning combination. Meanwhile, this Boston Celtics team is also trying to add to the franchise trophy case, one that's bigger than the Warriors and that of everyone else other than the Lakers. Boston traveled a longer road to arrive here, beating Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving, then sweating through a pair of 7-game series with the defending champion Milwaukee Bucks and the Miami Heat. Although sometimes that makes you tougher and tightens your resolve, Jason Tatum is encroaching on superstar status, and Jaylen Brown has proven to be a capable sidekick. Both are superb two-way players, and along with Marcus Smart, make Boston an elite defensive club. The three things to watch. Number one, will Stephen Curry finally emerge on top? Not from a team standpoint. He already owns 3 championships. But as an individual, Curry was never the best player on the court in the Warriors' 5 trips to the finals, partly because the competition for that honor was steep. LeBron James and Kevin Durant. Partly because Curry, for some reason, seemed a level below his own standards, and Andre Iguodala often elevated. After securing the All-Star and Western Conference Finals MVPs this season, maybe the elusive Finals MVP is within his reach this time. Number 2, how much will Draymond Green defend Jason Tatum? It would seem natural for a former Kia Defensive Player of the Year to be assigned to such a lethal scorer. But Green only partly guarded Luka Doncic last round, and that assignment went primarily to Andrew Wiggins. Wiggins will likely get the Tatum task, if only because he's a better athlete and did decent work against Doncic. Still, if Tatum gets Wiggins in foul trouble, Green is the only logical and most qualified candidate. And 3, the Celtics are the bigger team. They need to flex that muscle in ways the Mavericks couldn't in the Western Conference Finals against Golden State. Al Horford is having a renaissance, and Robert Williams III, assuming he's healthy, is an athletic rim protector. Grant Williams plays big, and if needed, there's Daniel Theis. Boston can exploit this mismatch and force the Warriors to adjust, if not completely rethink their small ball approach. The number to know, plus 94. Over their 16 playoff games, the Golden State Warriors have been outscored by 7 points over the first 3 quarters, but they're a plus 94 in the fourth. There's some garbage time mixed in there, but the Warriors are 4-3 in games they trailed after the third quarter after going 7-19 in such games in the regular season. In the 26 years for which there's play-by-play data, the only team with a better playoff record in games they trailed after the third with a minimum of 5 such games was the 2010-2011 Dallas Mavericks, who were 6-4 when trailing after 3 quarters. Oh, by the way, that team went on to win the NBA championship that year. The Warriors are also 8-0 when leading after the third quarter. Over their 16 games, they've outscored their opponents by 25.4 points per 100 possessions in the fourth quarter, the best mark for any team in any quarter in these playoffs, and what would be the second best single quarter mark in the last 10 years for a team that has advanced past the first round. The only better mark belonged to the 2018 Warriors, who were plus 30 per 100 possessions in the third quarter in the playoffs. That team also won the NBA championship. This edition of the Warriors has won the fourth quarter by double digits twice as many times, 6, as it has lost the period 3, once in each series. The dominance has been mostly about offense, with the Warriors scoring 133.9 points per 100 possessions over those 192 minutes. Stephen Curry has played only half of the team's fourth quarter minutes, but his best shooting numbers from the field, 53% from three-point range, 44%, 53% from the field, 44% from three-point range, and 90% from the free throw line have all been in the fourth quarter. The Celtics have been the best second quarter team in the playoffs, plus 17.2 points per 100 possessions, and have been more than solid, plus 8.4 in the fourth. With their escape in Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals last Sunday night, They're 10-1 when leading after the third quarter and 2-5 when trailing after the third. This series brings two teams with unique stories. Golden State is returning after a 3-year absence. The defection of 2017 and 18 Finals MVP Kevin Durant, a pair of serious leg injuries to Klay Thompson, and an additional season ender to Stephen Curry. But as Bullock and I have said on this program recently, the Celtics might be a team of destiny, given their surge since mid-January. Jason Tatum's ascent, Marcus Smart's defensive impact, a tough trek through the Eastern Conference playoffs, and finally getting over that Eastern Conference Finals hump. The Warriors do have the home court advantage, and they are unbeaten at Chase Center this playoff year. But the Celtics have won 7 times on the road in the playoffs, including the Game 7 in Miami last Sunday night. They're 7-2 on the road in these playoffs. And it's because of that, I'm going to take a big chance here. And again, I say if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm taking a chance here, and I'm going to say the Boston Celtics do the unthinkable, win the NBA championship, defeat the Golden State Warriors, and I got them doing so in 7 games. I think the series will go the distance, but I think the Boston Celtics are going to find a way, and they will win this series 7 games, raise an 18th championship banner to the hallowed halls of the TD Garden, and win their first title since the Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, and Ray Allen team of 2008, which Doc Rivers was the head coach. Kevin Garnett with the Anything is Possible, which I'll never forget. So Boston Celtics win this NBA Finals. They will raise the Larry O'Brien Trophy. They'll do so in 7 games. So there isn't much more to say. Michael Bullock, I mean, not looking good right now, but it's only game 1. Let's not, get into an over the top panic or anything. But remember, it's not one game. It's not a single elimination game. It's a best of 7 series. It's a best 4 out of 7 series. So with that, Bullock, I think the Celtics have a chance. But if the Warriors were to win, would I be surprised? Absolutely not, because we know how battle tested and we know the pedigree of this team. But like I said, like we've said on this show recently, we said that the Celtics are a team of destiny, and I think this particular Celtics team is just that. So I got them winning in 7, but like I said, if Golden State were to somehow win this, I would not at all be surprised.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised either. And yeah, right now it's not looking good, but as you even said, and of course there's still 1 quarter to go as well, but it's also only 1 game. I don't think Celtics fans should panic after just 1 game. And don't forget, these Golden State Warriors, I mean, they're showing why they're a tough team. I mean, when you got the Splash Brothers like Curry, Thompson, and of course Draymond Green with his experience as well. I mean, for many people, it's an easy choice to go with the Golden State Warriors. It's an easy choice, but we have seen this Celtics team be resilient all throughout the season. I mean, they've overcome so much. I mean, wasn't that long ago? I mean, this team was under 500 and were 11th in the Eastern Conference. And then whatever happened, they turned it around, and at one point during the season, they were the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference. And they basically swept the Brooklyn Nets, led by Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. They went the full distance in 7 games against the defending champions, the Milwaukee Bucks, and then went 7 games against the top seed in Miami Heat. So And yes, I see something here from Matt Ward saying, wild card for the Warriors is Gary Payton's son. You know he asked his dad for his advice heading into this series. So, yeah, it could be a wild card. I could definitely see that. But, yeah, I mean, the Celtics, obviously, I mean, and of course, let's not forget another thing. You got the top two defenses in these two teams. Celtics number one and the Warriors number two. So, yeah, so this Warriors team is showing everyone why they're tough defensively as well. So, it's not looking good right now, but I'm I'm with you, Florio. I mean, I got the Celtics winning the series. I think this is going to go the full distance, and I would not be surprised if the Golden State Warriors do win this. And I know the Golden State Warriors are the easy pick. I get it, but there's just something about this Boston Celtics team that's basically a team of destiny. So, yeah, so we'll wait and see how it all goes. But, yeah, there's really nothing more to say. But all I can say is for you is that this third quarter, man, I mean, it's almost like what the Celtics did at the end of the first half. They were like, all right, enough of this nonsense. We're getting back to what we're doing. And, boy, howdy, they come out huge in this third quarter.
Yeah, Golden State has come up on fire, and now for the rest of the way, it's going to be bonus commentary here. Curry for three, no good. Rebounded by the Celtics. And we will take this all the way up until the end of the game, and then we will have our Celtics chat afterwards. There's a turnover, and it's Brown who scores. And the lead is now down to 13, 87-74 Golden State, about a minute and a half to go in the third quarter. And we got Green being guarded by Williams the third. Curry. And it looks like, that's, nope, the ball's going to stay. Ball went out of bounds, but it's going to stay with the Warriors. 87-74 Golden State. 1:10 to go in the third. Warriors will have 3.5 to shoot. Game 1 of the NBA Finals. And they fire up the shot, and it's no good. Rebound by Tatum. Gets it out to White. Out to Williams. Tatum. White. And he's fouled. He's fouled on the play, so he'll be going to the line for a couple.
Yeah, in that first quarter, Florio, I mean, for Stephen Curry, I mean, my goodness. That was
21 points. Wow. Like the Steph Curry of old.
Oh, yeah.
Derek White at the line. Makes the first. It looks like Klay Thompson coming back into the game here. That foul was on Andrew Wiggins, by the way. He's heading to the bench.
Yeah,
Derek
the former
White.
number one of the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Absolutely. Derek White recently became a father on May 19th. And he makes both free throws.
Yeah, and I think it turned around when he became a dad because he was struggling throughout the playoffs, and I think once it happened, it basically took some of the distraction off of him, and we're seeing a different Derek White now.
Yeah, he and we saw that in the conference finals against the Miami Heat. I mean, especially that I believe it was in Game 4 when he stepped up big time and turned that series around. There was a foul on the play.
And who is it on?
That's on the Celtics. I don't know who got called for it, but Jordan Poole's going to the line now. 37.1 seconds to go in the third.
Hey, we knew this Warriors team was going to be tough.
Of course, because like we've said, this is their 6th trip to the finals in the last 8 years. Even though it's their first 3.
And Celtics, they have no players with no finals experience.
That could be a key. That could be a difference maker. Poole makes both free throws, so the lead is back up to 13 for Golden State. 89-76 Warriors as the third quarter winds down. Warriors 10 for 10 from the free throw line in the third quarter. Celtics 5 out of 6. Nice putback there by Williams. And he cuts the lead down to 11. 89-78 Warriors. 6 points, 4 rebounds, 4 blocks for Robert Williams III. Looks like the Warriors are going to somewhat try for the last shot, even though the shot clock is ahead of the game clock here. It's Poole. Here's a 3, and that's good. That's another 3. And Celtics will try to get a shot off. Derek White gets fouled again.
And that's the thing about this Warriors team. I mean, they're just so dangerous no matter how you defend them.
Yeah. I think that might have been Iguodala who got the 3. Yeah, it was Andre Iguodala with the 3.
Yeah, former Finals MVP.
Indeed. Much to the approval of Stephen Curry. 1.6 to go in the third. White at the line again. Makes the first free throw. And White makes them both. Warriors.
So it looks like it's going to be a 12-point game going into the final quarter.
Throws it up. No good. And that is the end of the third quarter. With the score, the Golden State Warriors 92, the Boston Celtics 80. 1 quarter to go in Game 1 of the 2022 NBA Finals, presented by YouTube TV on ABC. And if you notice, no Mike Breen again. Mike Breen sitting out once again. As you know, he tested positive for COVID-19. And Mark Jones filling in alongside Mark Jackson. So
and no Jeff Van Gundy as well. Let's not forget about that.
Yeah, no Jeff Van Gundy either. So
yeah, he tested positive for COVID.
Oh man, dropping like flies here.
Well, the thing is, you had a feeling because remember how he was in Game 7.
Well, I didn't see much of Game 7 because I had a
his voice sounded hoarse.
Oh yeah, okay. I see the headlines now. Yeah, COVID wreaking havoc. First Mike Breen and now Jeff Van Gundy. So it's Mark Jones and Mark Jackson working the coverage.
A little history being made. I mean, you got a pair of a black announce team announcing an NBA Finals with Mark Jones, Mark Jackson, and Lisa Salters.
Yep. And ESPN has Doris Burke on radio, where she is an analyst with BJ Carlissimo and play-by-play man Mark Kostetcher. And the hope for both Mike Breen and Jeff Van Gundy is to rejoin Mark Jackson Sunday night for game number 2. But we'll have to wait and see on that. So yeah, we are in a commercial break right now. So 92-80, the Golden State Warriors leading the Boston Celtics, and
down 12 going into the final quarter, and it's not that terrible of a deficit.
No, it could be a lot worse.
Yeah, it could have been a lot worse. I mean, they at least still have somewhat of a chance, but if the Warriors keep making these shots the way they are, it's going to make it highly impossible. And I'll tell you what, that defense has really held down Jason Tatum.
And we have a final from the NHL in the Western Conference Finals. The Colorado Avalanche defeat the Edmonton Oilers in game number 2. They win it by a score of 4-0. So the Colorado Avalanche up 2-0 in the Western Conference Finals and are 2 wins away from going back to the Stanley Cup Finals for the first time since 2001, which I consider the most emotionally charged Stanley Cup win of all time because of all the emotion of Raymond Bourque. So, and Bullock knows all about that better than anybody.
Yeah, and you saw that this defense, they've held down Jason Tatum. I mean, only 12 points and 3 of 14 shooting.
Yeah, it's definitely not going to get it done, especially at this time. So,
well, like I said, give the defense of the Warriors credit because I mean they're not the number 2 for nothing.
And we are just about ready to go for the fourth quarter. Golden State outscored the Boston in that third quarter 38-24 after the Boston Celtics took a 2-point lead into the half. So it looked encouraging, but the Warriors sent you boys back to reality. So here we go. The fourth quarter underway. Tatum gets a rebound there. Tatum puts it up. Can't get it to go. Rebound to the Warriors.
Yeah, I guess you could say this hasn't been Jason Tatum's night.
Nope. Thompson went for a 3. He missed it. Celtics with the rebound. And that is Jaylen Brown with it. Brown being guarded by Draymond Green. Brown the shot and scores. Jaylen Brown cuts the lead to 10 with 11 minutes to go. 92-82 Golden State. 16 points.
And the thing is some people saying, oh, Draymond Green's not the same guy he was when the Warriors were winning all those championships. To me, I find that bogus.
16 points and 5 rebounds for Jaylen Brown. Here's a 3-pointer for the Celtics, and it's no good. That definitely would have helped, but it did not go. Thompson had the rebound, and now it's, I believe, Draymond Green with it now. Yes.
Yeah, trying to see who's in there for the Celtics. Right now it's Tatum, Brown, Pritchard.
Iguodala off the rim. Rebound Celtics. Here's Pritchard. Pritchard who's been amazing off the bench in these playoffs.
Yeah, it wasn't that much of a factor in the Heat series.
Yeah, Tatum went for a pass. It was deflected by Iguodala, and the refs made a call here. I don't know what it is. Might have been a loose ball foul, maybe. I don't know. Celtics ball now. Tatum Brown for 3, and he got it. Jaylen Brown with a 3-pointer. And the lead's down to 7, Bullock.
Hey, if they can still somehow hang around, I mean, they just might have a chance.
Albeit a puncher's chance. Oh, there's a turnover. Warriors got a little sloppy there. Iguodala couldn't handle it. And now the Celtics can dig deeper into this deficit. And there's the 3 by Jaylen Brown. Oh, there you go. With authority, Robert Williams III.
And it's a 5-point game.
A 7-0 run by the Celtics.
That's their way of saying we ain't done yet.
We ain't going quietly. Bam.
I'll tell you what, if they can keep this up, even if they don't win, they can take some momentum going into Game 2 Sunday night.
And there is a timeout. We are in a commercial break. So we got 9:35 remaining in the fourth. 92-80. It's now 92-87 Golden State. A 7-0 run by the Boston Celtics to start this fourth quarter. And I know, Bullock, for you, that's got to be very encouraging. So we'll see what happens. So while we have a moment, we'll let you know about some future content coming up. Tomorrow night at this time, we'll be at least for this week. We'll be back at our normal time for the Cerebral Smack Talk. That will be hosted by good old MF Michael Fletcher, along with myself. Bullock, I know you're not. I know you're not going to be here because I know you've got a very special commitment ahead of you. So, I mean, we got it's going to be like we always do on Cerebral Smack Talk. We got another loaded show for you. We got this. We got Friday Night SmackDown. We've got AEW Rampage, and of course, we'll also be previewing not one but two big events this weekend. First, the NXT In Your House event that's going down this Saturday night, and then the other, of course, being the WWE Hell in a Cell event from the Allstate Arena in Chicago, the IWC capital of the world. We'll preview both of those events, and then we'll close out the show with the Game 2 edition of the Rangers Roundup, as MF and I will recap Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Finals with the Tampa Bay Lightning and the New York Rangers. We'll either be talking about the Lightning evening the series at a game apiece, or possibly talking about a 2-0 series lead for the New York Rangers. I mean, that would be most assuredly something. So,
and of course, that series is on ESPN, of course, and you got Sean McDonough and Ray Ferraro,
along with the beautiful Emily Kaplan, and then over on TNT in the West, you got Kenny Albert and his crew,
with Eddie Olczyk and Keith Jones.
Yes, like it was NBC, and let's not forget ABC and ESPN will be the exclusive home of the Stanley Cup Finals. All right, June 2nd, 1 year ago today, Danny Ainge was out, and Stevens came in, and Brad Stevens took over as president of basketball operations. And June 28th, Ime Udoka was named the head coach of the team. I believe we talked about that here on this show. Celtics were 23-24, 10th in the Eastern Conference, but closed out the regular season 28-7 to finish with the number 2 seed in the East. And as we said, swept Brooklyn in the first round, and then a pair of thrilling 7-game series with the defending champion Milwaukee Bucks and the Miami Heat.
I mean, how ironic is that, Florio? I mean, a year ago today, that Brad Stevens took over as president of basketball operations, and a year later
scored, so it's now a 3-point game.
Oh boy,
a 9-0 run. But they got the block there. Here come the Celtics now. Brown kicks it out. Oh, bad pass. Oh, that was a bad pass by Jaylen Brown right into the arms of Stephen Curry. But a 9-0 run to start this quarter for the Celtics. And it ends now. Here comes the pain. Golden State saying enough of this nonsense. Andre Iguodala, alley-oop. Yeah, that was a bad pass. That could come back to haunt them.
Yeah, that was
that was a horrible pass. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I could just hear my dad downstairs like, really?
Brown for 3. Got it. Jaylen Brown, and the lead is down to 2. 94-92 Boston. A 12-2 Celtic run. Jaylen Brown has 22 points, and he's got 8 in this fourth quarter alone. Curry kicks it out to Green. Iguodala. Curry. Stumbled a little bit, but he recovered. Shot clock winding down. Thompson, 3. Money.
Hey, that's why he's one of the fellow Splash brothers.
Don't ever leave him wide open, because 9 times out of 10 he's gonna knock that sucker down.
Hey, same case with Steph Curry at times.
Brown lays it in. Klay Thompson, 13 points on 5 of 13 shooting. He's 3 of 7 from 3. Jaylen Brown just laid it in, so it's 97-94. 24 points for Brown. He's got 10 in this fourth quarter alone. Iguodala bounce past the Green, and there it is. Draymond Green. And every time the Celtics seem to have an answer, the Warriors just find another way. Here's Pritchard for three. Got it. Peyton Pritchard. And he cuts the lead back down to 2 again. 99-97. 7 minutes to go. Boy, they're hanging in there, Bullock. I'm telling you.
That's why I said that with this team. I mean, they always seem to find a way to keep themselves in this game.
Stephen Curry says, none on my watch. Stephen Curry just knocked down a jumper. 101-97 Warriors. 32 points, 11 of 21 shooting, 7 of 13 from 3 for Stephen Curry. And it looks like a foul has been called, and I think it's on Stephen Curry.
I think that's number 4 on him.
Yeah. Oh, Stephen Curry, man.
And to me, Florio, only a Finals MVP can really cement his legacy.
Yeah, he's done everything there is to do.
Yeah, he's already won 3 titles. Only another title and a Finals MVP would cement it.
Indeed. Brown kicks it out. White, 3. Got it. Derek White, and the lead is down to 1.
Woof.
101-100 Warriors. Just about halfway through the 4th. Derek White, 18 points. 18 points for Derek White, 4 of 6 from 3, and Stephen Curry lays it in. Little breathing room, 103-100 Golden State, halfway through the 4th. Boston, 8 of 10 from the field in the 4th. Golden State, 5 of 9. Turnover? Nope. Stays with Boston. Out of bounds. It went off the Warriors. Celtics were the number 2 seed in the East. The Warriors were the number 3 seed in the West. But the Warriors had the better overall record, which is why the Warriors have the home court advantage in this series.
Mm-hmm.
Kevon Looney has 4 points, 9 rebounds, and 3 blocks. Celtics inbound. There is Brown. Brown kicks it out. White wants the 3. He fires the 3 and hits it. We got a tie game.
Oh, boy.
Derek White, his 5th 3 of the night. 5.5 to go. 103-103. A 23-11 edge for the Celtics in this quarter. And now the Celtics have the ball, and now the Celtics can take the lead. White kicks it out. Pritchard. Horford for 3. Got it.
Got it. They have a lead.
And the Boston Celtics, after going into this quarter down 12, have just taken a 3-point lead with 5:08 to go in the 4th. Can you believe it?
That's why this team is so resilient, Florio.
Oh, my God. The big man.
Man, oh, man.
26-11 in this 4th quarter for the Boston Celtics. 106-103 Boston with 5:08 remaining in regulation. What a comeback by the Boston Celtics. Unbelievable. You know, Vince McMahon always used to say in the old days of the WWE, when they were the World Wrestling Federation, anything can happen. And watch this game. That's living proof that anything can happen. Oh, holy guacamole. What a comeback. Start of this quarter, Warriors had a 12-point lead, 92-80. But since the start of the 4th quarter, Boston has outscored Golden State 26-11. And they now lead here in game 1, 106-103, with just over 5 minutes to go in regulation. Unbelievable comeback. I'm not even believing this team. I really don't. I mean, I seriously cannot believe what I am seeing from this Boston Celtics team. It's just absolutely unreal, man. Oh, my God. and you can most assuredly hear it in Michael Bullock's voice. I mean, him and his dad. I mean, I've known these guys for over 30 years, and I know how much they love their New England sports teams and this Celtics team, man. I mean,
that's why you never count this team out.
I'm sure you were. How's your dad doing?
Oh man, and the thing is, for I mean, in the Milwaukee series, he was crapping all over Derek White, and rightfully so. But then I even said, like, look, once he became a dad, it took some of the distraction off, and he first called me crazy for coming up with that. But with the way he's been playing, he's like, I think you may be right.
Just absolutely amazing right now. I mean, it's like one of our favorite movies, Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, when Marv of the Wet Bandits infamously said, "My, how the tables have turned." And that is exactly what happened. The tables have indeed turned. And
well, then that's why they said if your key guys like Tatum, and well, basically Tatum in this case, if he has a difficult night, you need other guys to step up.
All right, and we are now back to live action after a pretty lengthy commercial break. Green has it. Oh, and he lost it. Celtics ball now. They can add to this lead. White, Tatum. Horford wants another three, and he got it.
He got it again.
Al Horford. 109-103 Boston. Celtics 7 for 7 from 3 in this quarter. Golden State 1 out of 3.
Boy, I would love to listen to Lou, because remember, Lou Merlone once called.
Nope, go ahead.
Once called Al Horford Average Al.
3-pointer by the Warriors off the rim. Horford has the rebound. Look at the Celtics go here. White. Is it out? Pritchard for 3. Not this time. Rebound Green.
So it's their first miss from 3-point range.
Yep. Oh, my goodness. If they had hit that. Oh, my goodness. 4 minutes to go here in the fourth. Curry. He wants a 3. Off the rim. Rebound Pritchard. Stephen Curry has 34 points on 12 of 24 shooting from the field, 7 of 14 from 3. A timeout has been called, 3:47. And I think it might be the last one for the Warriors, maybe. 3:47 to go, fourth quarter, 109-103. The Boston Celtics leading here in Game 1 of the NBA Finals.
I don't know about you, Florio, but why would you take a timeout? You burn your last timeout with 3:47 to go.
Unless the Celtics call the timeout, you don't know. But
We'll
check the timeout counter. We'll check the timeout counter.
If the Warriors were the ones called it, I gotta call that into question.
Yeah, if the Warriors did call it, then that's their final timeout because they only had one left. Celtics have 3. So, my goodness.
Well, we'll find out when we get back from this commercial break. I mean, because that could be a critical timeout. I mean, how big would it be, Florio, for the Celtics to take Game 1?
Especially on the road.
And the thing is, Florio, the Celtics, they're 7-2 on the road this postseason.
That's a very telling number. They're 7-2 on the road. They're only 5-4 at TD Garden.
And remember the year they won the NBA championship in 2008.
Were they a better road team than home team?
Oh no! I mean, remember the first 2 rounds of that of the playoffs that year? They couldn't even.
Horford scores. Horford knocks down a jumper. 111-103.
Unbelievable.
11-0 run for the Celtics, and they have outscored the Warriors in this quarter 31-11. and it's a foul on the Celtics. Draymond Green will be going to the line. It's on Horford.
Well, like I was saying, Florio, I mean, the first 2 rounds during that championship season, they didn't even win a game on the road.
Oh yeah, those first couple of series went the distance. I think it was against Atlanta and Cleveland, right?
Yeah, I mean, of all the teams, especially in that first, I mean, the Cleveland Cavaliers, no surprise there because of who you had, LeBron James, but that Atlanta series, you expected it to be over quickly.
Yeah, because it was a 1-8 matchup. Oh, Draymond Green missed both free throws, so it's still 111-103. And what a game for Al Horford as well. I don't think it was a timeout. I think it might have been a TV timeout, maybe. I don't know. But
or an official's timeout.
Timeout has been called, but this one was by the Celtics. So the Celtics have called for a timeout. Commercial break. 3:17 remaining, fourth quarter. I just received the stat line about Al Horford. 23 points, 8 of 11 from the field. He is 6 out of 8 from 3-point range. The most makes in a finals debut.
And this is a guy, I mean, he's played in the league for 15 years and is in his first ever NBA finals. You think this guy's making the most out of his opportunity? I think so.
Absolutely. I mean,
but getting back to what I was talking about, I mean, it wasn't until the conference finals against the Detroit Pistons where they finally won not 1 but 2 road games.
Yep, and then they would go on to win another 1 or so in the finals against the Lakers.
Yes, especially that game 4 where it looked
what
like
a game that was.
Yeah, they were down big, and people thought that it was over, that the Lakers were going to tie the series, but the Celtics
and look
said,
what happened here. Look what happened here tonight. I mean, going into the fourth quarter, Golden State with a 12-point lead, you think it's game over. Oh, no.
Boy, if Golden State loses this one, you know that they're going to be kicking themselves.
Yeah, what a story. Celtics put the ball now. White.
Chance to make it a 10-point game.
Oh, and foul on the Warriors. It's on Draymond Green.
I don't know if you saw this, Florio, but 37 3-point field goals made. That's most in an NBA Finals game.
And look at that telling number right there in this fourth quarter, 31-11 in favor of the Boston Celtics. 3 minutes to go.
And this is only the first. And this is only the first game.
Rebound to Horford. Outside. Smart. 3. Got it. Marcus Smart.
Holy smokes.
And what an eruption by the
Celtics.
14-0 run. And now lead 114-103. And that's a kick ball. 2:37 to go. Ooh, Stephen Curry might have looked a little gimpy there. 3-pointer for the Warriors. Nope. Rebound to Brown. I should say it's Tatum. Tatum being guarded by Poole. Tatum. Kicks it out to Smart. Smart. White. 3. Off the rim. Rebound Warriors. 2 minutes remaining in regulation. Curry to the bucket and scores. Oh, nope. Wait a moment. No, I think a foul was called before he got the shot off. Let's see what happened here. Well, Celtics ball now. All right. Tatum. Kicks it out. Smart, another 3. He got it again. Marcus Smart. 117-103 Celtics. 9 of 11 from 3 in this quarter. There's Curry, and he can't get it to go. Rebound Tatum. 90 seconds remaining. 17-0 run for the Boston Celtics. It's Tatum. Smart. 3 off the rim. Rebound Curry. Long pass. This will be an easy bucket for the Warriors. That's Jordan. Well, actually, no, that was Thompson. And Thompson finally ends the big run here by the Celtics. 1 minute to go. 117-105 Boston. Tatum. Smart. Brown inside to Horford, who puts it in. And that just might spell good night for the Golden State Warriors here in Game 1. $119-105. The Boston Celtics. And Big Al flexing the muscle. .3 seconds away from an unbelievable win here in Game 1. 25 points, 9 of 12 from the field, 6 of 8 from 3, 6 rebounds for the veteran Al Horford. Played his college ball at the University of Florida, was a part of those 2 national championship teams, those back-to-back national title teams in 06 and 07. And he completes the three-point play. Timeout. Timeout Celtics. 48.3 seconds. 120-105. The Boston Celtics. Outscoring the Golden State Warriors in this quarter alone, 40-13. I am absolutely not believing this. Horford with 26, Brown with 24, White with 21, Smart with 18, Tatum with 12. 18 threes by the Celtics. In just an absolutely remarkable turn of events. What a difference a quarter can make. Let me tell you, what a difference a quarter can make. Absolutely, positively not believing this. Just insane. 141 playoff games before his first finals appearance. Played for the Atlanta Hawks. Had a previous stint with the Boston Celtics. He played for the Atlanta Hawks from 2007 to 2016. And then from 2016 to 19 was with the Celtics. And then 19 to 20 was with Philadelphia. Last season was with Oklahoma City. And then went back to Boston. Up in the air. And clock stops with 31.2 seconds to go. Big Al Horford. You can only imagine how long he has waited for this. Shot clock winding down. And not really sure what happened there, but 25 seconds remaining. He'll have to literally throw one up. He throws it up. It's no good. They get their own rebound, though. Three-pointer on the way. That's good. $120-108. They put some extra time back on the clock. 15.2 seconds. And I think that should just about do it.
Unbelievable, Florio.
Wow.
Maybe they got some advice from Edge when Edge probably said, "Wake up."
Maybe so. But it is over. It is a final. The Boston Celtics with a remarkable comeback, fourth quarter comeback from
And they've
12
taken
down.
game one.
They outscored Golden State by 24 in the fourth, tied for the largest point difference in any quarter in NBA Finals history. They were down by 12 points going into
look
this
at that. And look at that, Florio. 34 points for Stephen Curry, 7 of 14 from 3, and yet they lose.
Wow. Difference. The final score: the Boston Celtics defeat the Golden State Warriors to win Game 1 of the NBA Finals, 120-108.
So with that being said, Florio, I know. Do you mind if I do this?
What's that?
The introduction to the Celtics chat.
Oh yeah. What time is it, Bullock?
Well, first I want to say welcome everybody to the latest edition of the Celtics chat, and I'm Michael Bullock, joined by Anthony Florio, and all I can say is, Florio, what a game one this was for the Boston Celtics as they take game one of the NBA Finals, 120-108. But man, oh man, what a game this was, Florio. I mean, what do you got to say about this?
I would have to say the Boston Celtics with a remarkable, and I mean remarkable, come from behind win here tonight to take game one of these NBA Finals. Going into the fourth quarter, they trailed the Golden State Warriors 92-80. And then in the fourth quarter, the Celtics outscored the Warriors 40-16. And that opened the door for the Boston Celtics as they win game one. Very improbable, but somehow, some way they did it. They defeat the Warriors by a score of 120-108, lead the NBA Finals 1-0. Game two, right back at Chase Center in San Francisco on Sunday night. And let's break it down. For the Boston Celtics, Al Horford, 26 points, 6 rebounds. Jaylen Brown, 24 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists. Jason Tatum with a double-double, 12 points and 13 assists. Marcus Smart, 18 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. And Robert Williams III, 8 points and 6 rebounds. Derek White off the bench, 21 points with 3 assists. And Peyton Pritchard, 8 points and 6 rebounds for him. For the Golden State Warriors, of course, they were led by their stars, by their franchise players, Stephen Curry, 34 points, 5 assists, 5 rebounds, 12 of 25 from the field, 7 of 14 from 3. Andrew Wiggins, 20 points, 5 rebounds. Klay Thompson, 15 points with 3 assists. Draymond Green had 4 points, 11 rebounds, 5 assists. Otto Porter Jr., 12 points, 4 rebounds off the bench. Andre Iguodala had 7 points and 3 assists off the bench. Jordan Poole, 9 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists off the bench. And that's all she wrote right there. To the team stats, the Celtics shot 43 of 85 from the field for a field goal percentage of 50.6. The Warriors shot 39 for 88, 44.3% from the field. Celtics 21 of 41 from three-point range, a three-point percentage of 51.2. Golden State 19 of 45 from 3 for 42.2% from 3. Free throw edge, Boston 13 of 16 from the free throw line, 81.3% from the free throw line. Warriors 11 of 15, 73.3% from free throw range. Offensive rebounds, Golden State 12, Boston 7. Defensive rebounds, Boston 32, Golden State 27. Both teams each had 39 total rebounds. Assists, the Boston Celtics 33 assists, Golden State Warriors 24 assists. Steals, Golden State had 8, Boston had 7. Each team had 6 blocks. Celtics committed 13 turnovers. Warriors committed 14 turnovers. Golden State outscored Boston 21-10 in point-off turnovers. Fast break points, 12-11 in favor of Boston. Points in the paint, 34-26 in favor of the Celtics. Celtics committed 13 total fouls. Warriors committed 16 total fouls. And the largest lead for both teams was 15 points. Each team had a 15-point lead at some point. But ultimately, in the end, it was the Boston Celtics winning Game 1 of the NBA Finals, 120-108. Oleg, I hope you heard the numbers there. I'm sure you heard my numbers there. So.
Oh, I heard the numbers.
Oh, good. Okay. So you heard the numbers. So, but the most important number, 120-108, the Boston Celtics winning Game 1 of the NBA Finals. Game 2 right back at Chase Center in San Francisco on Sunday night. So not much more to say. Michael Bullock, I mean, what is it about this team? This team down 12 going into the fourth, 92-80. And then in the fourth quarter, outscored the Warriors a staggering 40-16, led, of course, by the one who wants it the most, the veteran, the 15-year veteran, Al Horford. A remarkable comeback, Bullock.
Yeah, like you said, Florio, what a freaking comeback this was. I mean, they were down 12 points going into that fourth quarter. I mean, and they just didn't give up. They did not give up. They basically, I mean, just showed their resilience from what we've seen all season long from this team, not just during the regular season, but in the playoffs. I mean, Jason Tatum, he had a bit of an off night, but you had other teams step up. I mean, other guys step up. I mean, yes, you also had Jaylen Brown, who did his thing, but you had Derek White, and like you said, the veteran Al Horford. I mean, 15 years in the league, first finals appearance. This guy was going to, he took the advantage of this opportunity. And man, oh man, he had the, I'm going to say it, Florio, and I don't care what anybody says. He had the best game. I'm going to say he had the best game of his life. I mean, to do it on this stage in Game 1 of the NBA Finals, and for them to basically do what they did, unbelievable. I mean, how big is this for them, Florio, to take Game 1 of this NBA Finals? I mean, they freaking stole the home court advantage from the Golden State Warriors.
Huge.
And if you're the Golden State Warriors, you gotta be sitting there like what the hell just happened to us? I mean, you had a 12-point lead, and you basically just gave it away.
And let me just say this: in the immortal word of the great poet and philosopher Ian Anderson of Jethro Tull from their song "Bungle in the Jungle," in the case of the Golden State Warriors, they had everything. They had everything going. They had everything going their way like a purring kitten. But here's the thing: he who made kittens put snakes in the grass. Remember that.
Yeah, and I think that snake came and bit him right in the right in the Warriors' butt. I mean, Yeah, and yeah, the Warriors. I mean, they had to know they let one get away from them, and I know. I mean, the Celtics are really happy about this one, but you know that there's going to be some things they're going to want to improve upon, especially with Jason Tatum.
Well, yeah.
And but man, oh man, I mean, what a game! I expect a better game for Jason Tatum this time around, and just do what you keep on doing. And but can you imagine this, Florio? If they win Game 2,
Oh my goodness.
that would be, I mean, to go into San Fran and to take both games there, that would be freaking huge. But at least they set out to, at least they accomplished what they wanted to do, and that's get at least one game there. So it takes some of the pressure off of them. So
Absolutely.
I mean, I know the Celtics will definitely make some adjustments going into Sunday night's game 2, but man, oh man, that's why you and I said, Florio, that this team was a team of destiny. And I think we saw the perfect example of that tonight. This team was down 12 going into that fourth quarter, and for them to pull out the way they did, if that's not resiliency, I don't know what the hell is.
Exactly.
So, great win for the Celtics. Taking game 1 of this 2022 NBA Finals. So, there's really nothing more to say except, of course, we know game 2, Sunday night on ABC, tip off just after 8 o'clock. Can the Celtics do it? Can they take game 2 and go up 2-0? We'll find out. But there's really nothing more to say, and I'm going to do something that I've never done. My player of the game for this game, I think you know who I'm going to go with here. It's the veteran, Al Horford. Amen. 26 points, 9 of 12 from the field, 6 of 8 from three-point range, 6 rebounds. I mean, you could also make the case for Derek White, but to me, Al Horford, for me, is my player of the game.
And rightfully so. What a night. What a night. What a comeback. All right. So with that being said, that will put the bow on this very exciting edition of TXN Sports World. We want to thank you all so very much for tuning in as always. We'll be back with you tomorrow night, back at our traditional start time of 11 p.m. over on MF's channel, Brace Fan 95, for another edition of the Cerebral Smack Talk. We're going to review Friday Night SmackDown. We'll review AEW Rampage. We'll preview the NXT in your house and WWE Hell in a Cell events going down this weekend. And then we'll close that out with the Game 2 edition of the Rangers Roundup for Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Finals, the New York Rangers and the Tampa Bay Lightning. And then from there, Sunday, I don't know if MF will be on, but I'll see what happens. But Sunday, time permitting, of course, the plan is to have a Hell in a Cell recap show along with the Game 3 edition of the Ranger Roundup, because that is Game 3 of the Eastern Conference Finals against the Tampa Bay Lightning for the Rangers, and also the Game 2 edition of the Celtics chat for the Celtics and the Warriors in Game 2 of the NBA Finals. That'll be on Sunday. And then, of course, Monday, we got Ridiculously Raw, Monday Night Raw, and the return of my Tony's Take. And I think that'll be all, because I don't think the Rangers and the Celtics will be playing. Tuesday, we will have we'll try to have a game. We'll try to have a Game 3 edition of the Celtics chat. And
actually, it's not till Wednesday, Florida.
Wednesday.
Game 3 is not till Wednesday.
Right. Oh yeah, that's right. So I think we could bump it to Wednesday. I think we can bump it to Wednesday for another loaded edition of Madness, because I'm sure we're going to get into the NXT in your house as well as NXT 2.0, AEW Dynamite, And we'll also have the Game 4 edition of the Ranger Roundup and the Game 3 edition of the Celtics Chat. We'll see about this show next week. We'll see if we have anything on the pipeline, and then we'll take it from there. So that's it. So until tomorrow night, for the Cerebral Smack Talk over on MF's channel, Bracefay 95, this is Anthony Florio here for a very excited Michael Bullock, and of course, in spirit, good old MF Michael Fletcher, and of course, the First Lady Dee Dee Woodson. You know the routine, everybody. Thumbs up. Talk to you later. Yeah. Throw it up Fortune 4 style. Bye for now, my friends. God bless. Be good to each other. Have a blessed Friday. And until tomorrow night. Oh, wow. Hold on.
Oh, what just happened?
I missed the message from MF. MF said he could have been on he can join the show. Hold on.
Well, let's get him on. We want to get his take on tonight's NBA Finals.
Yeah. Yeah, my apologies.
Can you get him on?
I don't know. Oh boy. Oh, what a dope. Because he initially said he was going to be out, and that's why. So my 100% apologies to MF. Oh boy. But that's all right. That's all right. Yeah.
So there's no way to come on?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, because you only sent the link through your page.
Yeah, I sent the link to his messenger. Yeah. He sent that about an hour ago. So yeah. So hang on a second. Yeah, my 1,000 apologies on my end, folks. We can get him. That would be good. But I don't know. Yeah, because he initially told me he was not going to be on the show, and and of course MF was also battling an illness, as you heard last night. So that's what happened here. So all right. Hopefully we can get him here real quick, and then we'll go from there. So yeah. Okay. So with that, yeah, I don't know if we're gonna get him, but Yeah, might be a case of too little, too late here. So
Yeah, it's a damn shame.
yeah, that's all. That was all me. I sent him the link, but yeah,
Get in.
I don't know. I don't think he's going to be. I don't think he's going to be because
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, I just texted him, but I don't know if he's going to be able to join. So that's on me. So I do. Hold on a minute. Yeah. So yeah, that's 1,000 apologies on my end. Worth a shot, but we'll see. So yeah. I'm gonna try one last attempt here. Excuse me 1 second. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen. So to MF, if you're watching out there, I do apologize for the botcheroo there. I get into the show, everybody knows that, and he initially told me that he was not going to be on the show, and as the old saying goes, never assume. So 1,000 apologies on my end for that. So that's it. So we'll try this again. So until tomorrow night for the Cerebral Smack Talk, Anthony Florio here for Michael Bullock, and of course, good old MF Michael Fletcher, and the First Lady Dee Dee Woodson. Yearly routine, everybody. Thumbs up. Talk to you later. Yeah, throw it up Fortune 4 style. Bye for now, my friends. God bless. Be good to each other. Have a blessed Friday. And until tomorrow night for the Cerebral Smack Talk, you've been watching this very exciting edition of TXN Sports World right here on the Tone 25 on YouTube and StreamYard.com. For everybody who's been a part of this one, for now, Anthony Florio, so long. Bye, everybody. Bye.